Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, August 9th, 2020. Fire potential impacts are shown here, just looking for some gusty winds over southern Idaho today with some isolated mix of wet and dry thunderstorms over the Sierra Front and far southeast Utah. For tomorrow, an increase in moisture will bring an increased chance for isolated, generally dry thunderstorms to central and northern Nevada and up into far northwest Utah. And then on Tuesday, more moisture moves into the area for some mixed wet dry thunderstorms in far western Nevada and up into northeast Nevada and southern Idaho with some drier storms mixed in there as well. And then some gusty winds returning to southern and southeast Utah. Yesterday was a pretty quiet day, just a few strikes in central Nevada. An initial attack continues across most areas in the Great Basin with some larger fires over southern Idaho. ERCs remain very high for much of Utah and Nevada, with quite a few stations above the 97th percentile and setting records in eastern Idaho, eastern Nevada, and much of western and northern Utah. Closer look at a few PSAs here. Southern Idaho is sitting right at normal for the time of year on an upward trend. And in southeast Nevada, those values are setting historical records and have been for the past week or so. This morning's satellite imagery is showing that trough moving across the northern Rockies there, which is causing increased winds over southeast Idaho and the higher elevations of northern Utah there. Elsewhere, sunny and dry today. So continued sun and warm temperatures for the geographic area today with high risk for wind over southeast Idaho and the higher elevations of Utah, northern Utah. Closer look at those winds, showing where we're expecting to see those gusts 25 to 30 miles an hour or so along the Snake River Plain and also the mountains of northern Utah. Light winds across elsewhere over Nevada and Utah. Low relative humidities for Utah and Nevada with single values in single digits there. On Monday, a little bit of moisture begins to move in as there is a weak low moving into northern California. That will increase the chances for some isolated dry thunderstorms. We do have high risk issued for a few PSAs there in central Nevada, highlighting that risk. Where we can see those stronger wind speeds here, we expect to see the outflows from those drier thunderstorms on Monday. So looking for an uptick in initial attack on Monday, beginning Monday anyway, as thunderstorm activity increases. And we can see where we're highlighting, where the Weather Service is highlighting those thunderstorms to be occurring by Monday afternoon. On Tuesday, more moisture moves into the Great Basin, mainly northern Nevada and up into northwest Utah and far southern Idaho. So we do have quite a bit of high risk issued for this event. And we're expecting an increase in initial attacks. Some of these storms may have some moisture with them, some precipitation with them, but given the nature of the dry fuels right now, we definitely expect to see some new initial attack and also some new large fires out of these storms. And then also looking for high risk triggers for wind over southern and southeast Utah on Tuesday as well. So closer look at those winds, really could see some strong gusts out of the thunderstorms on Tuesday, especially there in central Nevada where they're going to be on the drier side. And then highlighting those stronger more large-scale winds over southern and southeast Utah. And still some breezy winds over eastern Idaho and western Wyoming as well on Tuesday. Looked at the aerial coverage of thunderstorms, still possible anywhere over northern Nevada, southern Idaho, and northeast Utah on Tuesday. 3-day precip totals are just highlighting some of those storms coming in for Tuesday and Wednesday. Pretty light amounts, however. On Wednesday, the moisture moves off to the east pretty quickly. We could see some lingering thunderstorms over eastern Idaho and western Wyoming perhaps on Wednesday, but definitely drier air moving back into Nevada and even some gusty winds there along the Sierra Front. We do have a high risk issued for those winds. And then on Thursday, continued dry air moving into the western half of the Great Basin anyway. We do see some tropical moisture moving up into Southern California and possibly reaching the far southern tip of the Great Basin by Thursday. Looks like it has a better chance to move into southern Nevada and southern Utah on Friday for an increase in some thunderstorm activity. Definitely we'll be keeping an eye on this moisture, as any increase in thunderstorm activity down in these very dry areas would likely result in new initial attack and new large fires. So we're kind of looking towards Friday and then maybe into Saturday for some increasing thunderstorm activity across the southern half of the Great Basin. 7-day totals is shown here, really just highlighting the short-term precip we're expecting Monday into Tuesday. And the extended forecast calling for above normal temperatures for Nevada and Utah, and below normal chances for precipitation mainly across the eastern half of the geographic area. And this concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.